Coming up on FYI, how young people in Scotland are helping fight knife crime. A 9-year-old chess prodigy making history. And top tips for going back to school. But first, this week, all pupils across the UK are now back at school. For many, starting a new school year can be really exciting, but for some, it can be a really anxious time. If you've had any first week wobbles, don't worry, because we've got a hold of influencer teacher, Mr. Parkinson. He's got some really great advice.
Hello, Mr. P here, and I just want to share a handful of useful tips for any student that is feeling a little bit nervous, worried or anxious about going back to school. The first tip is to say that I think everyone feels a little bit nervous going back, so don't think that you're the only one. It is completely normal to feel a little bit worried. Even I'm a bit worried as a teacher, and I've been doing this job longer than most of you have even been alive. My second little tip is try and be as organised as you can the night before. So making sure you've got all your uniform ready, everything in your backpack, your lunch sorted, and that just makes the morning routine that little bit less stressful. And even though this makes me sound like a really boring grown-up, your sleep is so important. So try and avoid a late night. Have a good hour before going to bed, screen free, maybe read a book, have a bath, try and relax so you can have the best night's sleep. Now, some students, when they focus on going back to school, just think about the negatives. Like there are any negatives about going back to school? I can't believe that. But what I want you to do is try and focus more on the positives, and there are plenty of them. Think about seeing your friends you might not have spoken to over the summer holidays. Try and think about those exciting subjects that you love learning about, or those teachers that make you feel so special when you're in their lesson. My final tip for this little video is if you are feeling a little bit worried about something to do with school, please go and speak to someone. Go and speak to a trusted adult, a friend. Don't keep that problem inside, even if it's a case of speaking to a teacher in your school, because once you start talking about it, you soon realise that that problem isn't anywhere near as bad as you think. So I hope you found those tips useful. Best of luck for the new school year. I know you're going to do brilliant, brilliant work, and your teacher's going to be so proud of you.
Thanks, Mr. P. Great advice. Now, this new school term means a lot of us might be getting smartphones for the first time, which is exciting, but it might come under pressure with wanting to use them lots to try and keep up with our friends. And more worryingly, 7 in 10 9 to 13-year-olds say they've been exposed to harmful experiences or content online. It's why an organisation called Internet Matters have launched their Back to School campaign to help families with online safety. They want us to remember our ABC. Activate parental controls, which basically blocks inappropriate content from popping up when we're on our phones. Balance screen time, which means discussing the amount of time we spend on our phones every day with a parent or guardian. Check and chat. It's important to talk to a parent or guardian about what we're seeing or playing online and discuss anything that is worrying. It's all to keep us safer and happier when using our phone. For more tips and advice, head to our website at first.news/FYI. Another thing you have to look out for online is fake news. Here on FYI, we like to keep our eyes peeled for potentially phony news stories, like this one. We saw reports that scientists have used mushrooms to control robots and make them walk. But how is that possible, and is it even true? Well, we'll let you know later in the show. Knife crime is something that is regularly shown in the news, and we know a lot of you guys worry about it. But what is being done to prevent it? Well, we heard about a group of young people who are helping in the fight against knife crime. Brayden went to find out more.
No Knives Better Lives is a scheme run all over Scotland which aims to educate young people on knife crime and stop knives falling into the hands of young people. I'm here in East Kilbride near Glasgow, where pupils are taking part in a group session. The unique thing about these events is that they're run by kids for kids.
No matter what age you are, if the police have a genuine suspicion that you are carrying a knife, they can search you.
It's all designed to bust some myths about knife crime and teach these young people how to keep themselves and each other safe.
Sometimes young people take
information better off like people their own age, because sometimes if they get told off an adult they feel like told off.
It's good to have them know what to do in the situations where they see like something happen with a knife.
Right, do you want to go next?
As part of the session, the team are demonstrating the knock-on effects of knife crime.
Imagine you just stabbed somebody, right? Obviously they're going to be really hurt. The people around them, their friends, they're going to be really upset. The police are going to get involved. That's all the different ripples, that's how it affects everybody.
How does it feel running sessions like this that are really so important to these young people?
Obviously it's a problem, it's an issue, and I'm doing what I can to help out.
I'm giving this information that otherwise people wouldn't really get if it wasn't for us.
Schemes like No Knives Better Lives have been credited with actually helping reduce knife crime in Scotland over recent years. But there's lots more to be done for the whole of the UK. In fact, in England and Wales, knife crime has increased by over 3/4 in the last 10 years, with teenagers being particularly affected.
It's scary that we're targeted and we can also do the same thing to others, but just the thought of someone having a knife in general, like any age, is pretty scary.
So how would you guys feel if you found out maybe one of your friends was carrying a knife?
I'd be like shocked. I probably wouldn't even want to be friends with that person anymore. I'd definitely tell someone about it. I'd hope that whoever I told would phone the police.
It's great to see there's more young people learning about knife crime, but it's clear that still more does need to be done.
I feel like there should be more like this across the UK, because it could really help in the long run, like educating people from a younger age so it wouldn't happen like in the next generation.
What do all these names have in common? Well, if you can spot your name on this list, soon you could be sharing it with a storm. Yep, the Met Office, which is the UK's weather service, has released their new storm names for the next 12 months. They say that naming storms helps to get the message across when dangerous weather's coming. Alongside names like Izzy, Poppy and Rafi, some of the choices in the list honour important people from the Weather Office's history. For example, James is named after James Martin Stagg, an expert who advised on the weather forecast for important battles in World War II. The Met Office receives thousands of suggestions of storm names from the public, and this year's list has been mainly compiled from those suggestions. Next up, we heard about this incredible 9-year-old girl who's making history in the world of chess. Here's Yara with more info.
When I think of chess, I usually imagine a game for old men in quiet rooms. But imagine my shock when I found out that one of the most exciting players in the UK right now is a 9-year-old girl. Meet Bodhana, a true chess prodigy who's got all the right moves to checkmate the competition. I mean, check her out. She's literally playing against 10 people, most of them adults, all at the same time. Bodhana started playing chess at just 5 years old, but she quickly showed exceptional talent. By age 8, she was already one of the top-rated players in her age group globally. I've got to ask, what is this amazing trophy you've got here?
So this is the Harrow Chess Club Rolling Trophy, so people in our club fight for it every year, and my name's on this for 2024 because I won it. It's been going on since 1931.
Wow, almost like 100 years, isn't it?
Yeah.
How does it feel to play against and even beat the adults?
I kind of try and focus on the board instead of the player so that I don't really mind who I'm playing, and I'm kind of used to playing all the adults now.
Is there anything in particular that gives you an advantage in chess? Like, are you good at maths or something?
Yeah, like I'm good at maths and I like maths because they kind of relate in calculation.
This month, Bodhana will be competing in her biggest competition yet. She's been selected for the England women's team at the International Chess Olympiad, making her the youngest person ever to represent the country in an international competition. What are your dreams and ambitions for the future of you playing chess?
So I want to become the youngest grandmaster in the world, and also I was trying to become one of the greatest players of all time.
Wow, that's a big ambition, but I'm sure you'll make it.
Thank you.
Well, if her performance at today's chess match is anything to go by, Bodhana is definitely on the path to fulfilling her dream of being a chess grandmaster. after playing 10 games simultaneously. They have all ended, and the results are... 9-year-old Hannah had 7 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss. It's unbelievable. With talent and determination like this, Hannah isn't just playing the game, she's redefining what it means to be a chess champion. And you know what? If you're going to get beat, it might as well be against a champion. You're on, Hannah.
Wow, that was epic. So anyways, did you guess this week's fake news or fact? Well, it's fact. Scientists have used mushrooms to power robots, like this one. Mushroom plants are connected underground by their roots, known as fungal mycelia. These roots apparently give off electrical signals, which allow the plants to communicate with each other. That's right, mushrooms can also talk. Researchers were able to connect the fungal mycelia to electrodes attached to computers, which are programmed to turn the electrical signals from the plants into commands for a simple robot, telling it to move. Crazy, but true. That's about it from us this week. But before we go, with the Paralympics in Paris coming to a close this weekend, we want to say a big congratulations to the Paralympics GB team, particularly to the brilliant young athletes we met on FYI. 14-year-old table tennis player Blythe Tuomi and 13-year-old swimmer Iona Winnie-Thrift are 2 of the youngest medalists for the team. Nice one, guys, and we'll see you next week for more top news stories. Bye!